from My Dreaming Soap. Welcome to my channel. Now, today we're going to be doing a natural soap, and it's going to be one of my sort of Christmas soaps, and I want to do some mistletoe leaves and berries. So what I've got here is I've got some soap dough I've made with natural colours. This is made with Annatto, and I've got some blue here made with indigo. Now, I do find with natural colours, greens are tricky. They're a little bit tricky to get a good green, and also they fade really quickly, I find anyway, into sort of a brown colour. They don't stay green for very long. Whereas I've had a lot more luck by making a green by using a yellow and a blue and blending it together. So for example here, as you can see, I've got a little bit of green soap dough here that I made quite a long time ago, 6 months ago or so, and it's still a lovely vibrant green. So I'm just going to make a little bit more for my soap that I need today. So as I say, I'm going to take my yellow. Now when you're doing a green, I always like to sort of start off with a 2 to 1 really. 2 parts yellow to 1 part blue, and then I can always add in a little bit more. So I'm just softening this blue, and then I'm going to spend a little bit of time sort of blending these through together. Now obviously I could have made a green soap dough to start with when I actually mix this up, but it's just nice to have a bit of flexibility that I can have yellow, I can have blue, and then I can just blend it together to get green. So I'm just going to soften these all up. The disadvantage this way is it's quite difficult to get it blended in evenly, but we'll have a work on it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep blending these in and mixing them all in. Until I get them nicely blended and get it into the colour that I want it to be. Okay, this is going to take me quite a while to get these colours to blend through, but you can see, here's the idea, and I say it's going to take me a good while to get those all blended in and get those to turn into a nice green colour. So I will come back once I've got that done. Right. I think I've got that as green as I'm going to get it. It's not such a vibrant green. I think that's because the Annatto soap dough that I'm using, I made it with a small amount of Annatto, so it's a very pale yellow in there. So, but I've definitely got it, well, you can see there's the indigo I started with, there's the yellow. So I've definitely, with a lot of squishing it, managed to get it to a green colour. And I don't mind this sort of silvery sort of green anyway. I quite like it. So I think that is me done. Now the other thing is, when you blend 2 soap doughs together, is it's quite common to get little patchy bits, especially if both of the soap doughs aren't exactly the same consistency. So you do need to just keep checking. I mean, it's definitely not my favourite way at all of getting the soap dough the colour I want. The green soap dough that I showed you earlier, this would have been a soap dough that I made by actually making it that colour with the mixtures. It's the same like sometimes you see people say they make their normal soap dough, not natural, normal soap dough just all white, and then add mica to colour it. Again, that's not the best way to do it, because you end up using so much colour in it that it's just not the best way to do it. But it's kind of what I had on hand, and it's kind of what I wanted to use up. I didn't want to make any more soap dough when I already had quite a lot of natural soap dough that I wanted to use up. I am going to let's just chop this in half. Yeah, can you see? I'm happy, look, there's no streaks, because it's very easy. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It looks consistent. So I'm happy that that's a good consistent colour. I've got no streaks of blue or streaks of yellow. So, a bit of a palaver to do. I think that's going to be enough for my needs. And I'm going to get that extruded. This I'm going to extrude into some little leaves. I've already extruded some just plain soap dough into just little balls for some berries. So let me just get this area tidied up, and then we'll come back. Right, let's get these leaves extruded. Let's start making our soap up now. So because this is a natural soap, I'm just using infusions. So what I've got here is some Annatto infusion. Now my Annatto is a really strong colour, and it comes out, if I use it at the full amount of olive oil, it comes out as a quite a deep orange, and I want a yellowy colour. So I'm just literally using this at 15% rather than 38% that I would normally use. So therefore here is all of my other oils plus some extra olive oil to make up that part of the soap. And in this side I've got just all of my oils apart from olive oil, and then I've got a Madder infusion, and I'm doing this to fully replace my olive oil, so I haven't had to add any olive oil in there. Okay, so those are my two infusions, and I'm going to ombre them in. So I'm just going to, whoops, I'm faddling about here. Let's just get these into the main oils. Let's add my Annatto in here. Let's get these blended up then. So here's my lye solution. Okay, there's my Annatto. Now I'm just going to take my blender straight into my other one, because I'm going to be doing an ombre, so I'm actually going to be mixing these two anyway, so I'm not going to worry about cleaning off that. Now I'm just going to pour a tiny bit of this off, just so I've got a little bit just to decorate on the top. That should do. Now my essential oil I'm using is actually an essential oil blend. It comes from Candle Shack in the UK, and it's a lovely Christmassy, it's got clove and spices and things in it like that. So that's that one. I've actually got the whole lot measured correctly in here, but I'm just going to split it in these two bits. So that's 20. Okay, that'll do. Okay, now I'm going to ombre these in, and I want to be reasonably quick, just in case this essential oil blend thickens up too much. Now I'm going to put a good chunk of this Madder in first, because I do want to make sure I've got Annatto on its own at the end.
Let's go outside, the snow is falling down and every child is having so much fun. The snowman is twice the size as me, with a smile as quirky as mine. We're holding hands to keep each other warm while we stand and watch a choir performing all the Christmas songs that we love. Yeah, all the Christmas songs that we love. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents, as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you.
Okay. Now I've got a little bit left in here, that's fine, and I've got a little bit of Madder for my top. So what I need to now start doing is putting in all these little embeds. So I've got my little leaves and my little berries. Those leaves look a bit scruffy, but that's what happens when you keep I had to keep kneading and kneading the soap dough. Oh, I'm going to show you the berries. These are just like little bits of just plain soap dough. You can see how white my soap is without any colourants in it. So that's nice and white. Right, so let's get these in.
Just for you, let's take a walk, and we can follow the moonlight till we reach a place we can stay. Maybe kiss a bit and dream away. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you.
Now I'm deliberately keeping these towards the top of the soap. I don't actually want them to be going right down to the bottom, because I want it to look like sort of a cluster of leaves and little mistletoe berries at the top of the soap. Okay, I don't think I'm going to get that last one in. There's no way, I don't think. No, I think that's pretty well all I've got space for. Right, so let's get the rest of this on and smooth out the top. Okay, that's everything in. Perfect. Right, let's get this little bit of madder on the top. And then I'm just going to give that little gentle swirl. Bit difficult to swirl it because I've got embed right below the surface. I'm just going to give it a little tiny mix.
Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby.
There we are. And I think that will be okay. So quite squeezed with those embeds, but it does smell lovely. Okay, so I'm going to cover that and put it through gel, because especially as it's a natural colour, gel is really important for natural colours. My mould lid looks a little bit dirty, but that's because I had all my other, those little embeds balancing on it, so, but that's fine. So here we are with our Joyeux Noël soap, and it is really a lovely fragrance, slightly citrusy, spicy, sort of Christmas spicy. It's just hard to, I'm rubbish at describing scents, guys. It just smells like Christmas. The ombre is looking good on it, so I'm pleased with that. Let's give it a cut and see how this looks inside then. Okay, so let's have a look at what we've got. Oh, look, that's come out really pretty. So we've got a nice little ombre there, and then remember those sort of mistletoe berries and flowers at the top. I like the colours of that. I'm really pleased with those. That madder I've got is really, really strong. I think, I mean, for me to get down to a yellow with it, which I was really intending on getting with this, it's still a bit orangey. This was 15%. I might even go down to sort of like 7 or 8% with that to get that madder colour, but I do really like that. I'm actually quite pleased that I've got that sort of orangey colour at the top. Definitely goes with the Christmas scent. This is definitely a lovely Christmas smell, this fragrance, and again all natural for this one. And to finish off, here's a final photo of the soap. I hope you like this soap and you've enjoyed the video. If you have, it would be great if you gave me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see what I'm making in the future, why not subscribe to my channel? Thanks for watching, everyone. Happy soaping!